Hi Scorpio, welcome to your week ahead horoscope with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. These are for your sun, moon and ascendant sign. Check them out for all three because there's no astrology in these, so check out which part of you I resonate with most as a reader. With that said, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. If you are a continued subby, you know Rafi loves you, and if you're new to my channel, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and it resonates, hit the subscribe button. Before we start, your key to the week is the Chariot card. So this is going to be a fast, impactful, fiery, powerful week for you, Scorpio. There's going to be a lot of movement, potentially some change on the horizon as well. Yes, I say that word, realizing who I'm talking to. From one fixed sign to another, sometimes it's not that bad. And I will say to you, the other thing with the Chariot card, this tends to denote a quick energy, right? It tends to speed things up. One thing that I will say to you though is in all of these different areas of your life, do embrace the change and be along for the ride, but also consider to slow it down, right? You don't have to rush anything this week. When it comes to your actions and options, you've got the Hanged Man. So straight away, this is a lot of water. That Hanged Man suggests that the actions that you're taking this week they're halted. This is like a driving with the brakes on in some regard. So this might be that life itself is speeding up around you and you yourself are trying to slow things down or trying to take more time than is actually available to you at this moment. Now, one of the things that I will say with the Hanged Man is it is a decidedly spiritual energy. So I will say if you can remove how you feel about something and just let events sort of take you forward, you might actually end up where you wanted to be anyway. When it comes to the options that are available to you, there is a chance for you to really dig into how you actually feel. Now, one of the things that I've talked about in the past a lot, lots of people say like, oh, Scorpios are really cold, man, and you know, they're not and it's not. One of the things that people often don't know about Scorpio energy is they feel at such a deep level that eventually they have to switch it off, because otherwise it's like you can't constantly be hypersensitive. It's too much for anybody. So eventually that energy kind of goes numb, and they sort of numb themselves to it. You know, I mean, talk about channeling Pisces, darling. But this week there's a chance for you to actually feel something, and I think this could be a very good way for you to maybe tap back into your spiritual path or practice. For your communications and conversations, you've got the Six of Wands. This is some kind of communication. In fact, in terms of all communications, look at this, right? Because the Chariot card is a victory and success card. And the Six of Wands is a small success of some sort. It's like a celebrative moment. I don't know if that's a word, but it is now. And the Six of Wands is saying that your communications comes up trumps. But I actually think this is information that's been hidden, or information that you weren't meant to be privy to now reaches your ears. And so with this, you kind of get... it's like you're getting the inside track here. And if there's anyone that knows how to keep a secret, it's you guys, right? Now, for those of you that are studying or in some form of academia, this with the Hanged Man means that you are right in taking your time with things, but the Chariot card does suggest events are going to develop quickly. Whether you want them to or not is kind of irrelevant at this point. So this is something that you do need to consider, all right? There's no getting around this per se. For those of you that are employed by somebody else, this is a moment at which maybe something that you've already done comes good. This could potentially be the completion of a project. It may very well see you, especially because we've got this full moon lunar eclipse that's happening this week on Monday, and this is happening in your 12th house, right? Certainly from the ascendant perspective, and the sun and the moon. I know I said I wasn't going to talk astrology, but this one's quite important for you guys. I actually think this is a moment where something is going to be revealed to you and it will come to light. And when it does, you will have either the grounds for, you know, sort of getting into it with someone, or you will be vindicated in some regard. For those of you that are business owners, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, people that work for themselves, there are fast developments and opportunities coming up. I would say as well, pay attention to your spiritual nudges and hunches, because your intuitive faculty this week could lead you to, it's like, and one of the ways that I feel like this might show up if you're a business owner is you've decided to go in a direction against sort of, not all odds, but against most people's sort of better judgment. And I think you are going to be proved right. It's kind of like you took a chance, you took a gamble, you took a bet on yourself, and it's going to pay off this week. For those of you that are retired and no longer working, this is travel, right? Like, this is definitely a week to travel. With that Hanged Man, this might be travel that, yes, it might be travel that you have a lot of fun with, or it could be leisurely, but you may end up having a decidedly more spiritual experience than you had expected, and that could be really lovely. For your love and relations, you've got the Nine of Wands. If you've had problems, challenges, or issues in the relationship, this week, you are going to talk it out, right? That Nine of Wands with the Hanged Man, this is you really digging into what, because if you're partnered, I kind of get the feeling that your partner has wounded you in some way, right? Maybe it's something that they thought was a throwaway comment, but something that you've taken really to heart, and possibly even to spirit, right? It's like what they've said to you has really ruffled your feathers, but on the deep sort of inner plane. You'll have a chance to speak about this week, and I think this could be very good for you. When it comes to your those of you that are single, this week there is some kind of remedial action that's taken that gets you to really understand the wounds around relationships and how you can heal them. I love this for you, because it means that you really are about to open up to love as you desire it. For your money and materials, you've got you've got the Emperor, right? So there's a lot of fire in these cards, right? Yes, there's a lot of water, but there is a lot of fire in these cards. The Emperor is you establishing yourself, especially with the Chariot. This is winning a project, it's getting the pay rise, it's being seen for your knowledge and expertise, it's you pulling rank in some way when it comes to your work, maybe even being recognized as an authority in some regard. I wouldn't be surprised if some of you are getting an accolade this week as well. So I absolutely love this. The other thing as well, when it comes to the Emperor and your physical health and vitality, especially because you've got the Chariot here, for those of you that have been having tests, for those of you that have been having interactions, or you've had a lot of sort of conversations around your physical health with doctors, etc. If you've been waiting for tests or anything like that, this is good news that's on its way into you. So I like this. And I wonder as well, for those of you that have had interactions with your healthcare practitioner, maybe this is why you've got everything on hold, because it's like you're waiting with bated breath to see if everything's okay. If you're dealing with any sort of financial institution, this is very good news for you. The money that you're looking for or require is available. One thing that I will say though, when it comes to this, it could also be that you're in talks with a medical health, you know, a medical or even a legal sort of practitioner. Now, when it comes to your home and environment, I like the Emperor for home and environment, because it's kind of like the energy of, let's keep this ship tight, right? And with the Chariot card here, this could be for a lot of you, maybe you are repurposing a vehicle, replacing a vehicle. It's definitely possible. If you are getting a vehicle repaired or mended this week, it looks like the results are going to come good. So all in all, not a bad week at all. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a great week. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. If you want to book your personal reading with me, you can do so on the link in the description box below. Take care, and I'll see you soon.